which are requiring those services. Now, just a little bit of an example on what we're doing with some of the constraints. Okay, what we have here is a fairly simple model. There are certain things you can and cannot do based upon the way that elements have been created, or the way that elements are built within UPDM, and this is constrained by the meta model. For instance, you can't have an aircraft carrier to be directly owned by the Navy. It just will not allow you to nest information together or to build that into the Navy element. But what we can have is we can type that aircraft carrier by an artifact. So in this instance, what we have here is we have the artifact, the aircraft carrier, which has been typed specifically by that artifact, and then it allows the element to be built in there. So you create an artifact and then build the aircraft carrier into it. Another example is software. Okay, software is not directly part of the aircraft carrier. However, if we create it as a piece of hosted software, it can then be typed. Again, this is another one of the features of Rhapsody. We can control the typing of elements. So in this instance, software elements within this particular model are decoding and encoding, but in this instance we're interested in navigation software for the naval navigation. We can just apply it, and it will allow us to add that element into the model in the correct way. Okay, other relationships that we have, I'm just going to navigate down to this, to the seagoing recovery. If we bring in now a capability, it's the seagoing recovery, I'm also going to turn the toolbar, the drawing toolbar on. That seems to be missing. As you notice, we've got a new toolbar within Rhapsody 7.5. At the moment, it's just showing typically like you would see in a normal Rhapsody toolbar with just the icons. However, we can use it to also show labels. So for these complex toolbars, you can actually see exactly the name of the element that you're trying to bring into the diagram. However, what I'm interested in here is showing you the source and target capabilities of relationships. So in this instance, if we take the performance relationship, the idea here is that you end up with a resource that's going to perform a capability. Oh, sorry, realizes capability. To go from artifact or from a resource to a capability. You noticed how I couldn't do anything with the performs earlier on because source and target is not meant to be any of those. Okay, so in terms of performs, I can't go from a capability to an organisation type or from a capability to an aircraft carrier, but I can go from one other resource to another element, and I don't think Navy actually counts in this instance. Oh, sorry, realises capability. So, yeah, in this instance, the Navy can realise the capability of being a seagoing naval recovery, or we can actually change it over onto, yeah. That's the sort of error message you get when it's not allowed. Okay. So, finally, what we have now are our TV views. Again, these are generally table-based. So, in this instance, we're looking at communication standard. The idea is that the way that the tables work is there's a specific layout which has been predefined, and then you set the scope to a particular set of packages or a particular part of the model. And it then extracts the information that is based upon that table layout. and the table layout to be made customizable so that you can extract the information that you want and then just apply them into the view that you want. And the same goes for the matrix views. So in this instance, we've got our standards, which are our various protocols within the model, element types, and the elements that they're applicable to, and the mandated date, and service areas, standard categories, whatever. Okay. You can also look at the information that's been captured, so that where we have our various comms ports, who they're owned by, and which standard they conform to, and what they implement. These may not be technically correct, but the idea is to show you the flexibility of being able to use this technology in terms of being able to extract information from the model. And finally, to give you a big idea of the information that you can sort of extract, this is similar to a TV2, which is an architectural forecast, which looks at the history of standards, what's going to be required when and where, and what is applicable to what. So what we have here is a history of architectural framework standards. We can bring them into a mandation date. Okay, UPDM 2 has not been mandated yet, so it's right at the top of the list. You can see we've got C4SR, mode F1, or DODE F1, mode F1, then DODE F15, DODE F2, and then we've got, if we would have kept it as numbers, it would have all been in sequence, but we've got numerics coming down here. Okay, and this is all information that's actually captured already in the model.
Thanks very much, Graham. So I'm going to leave you now with a slide showing some additional resources that you can check out, including downloading a trial version of Rhapsody, so you can take a look at this capability yourself. My name's Adrian Whitfield with Dr. Graham Bleakley. Thanks again for watching this product demonstration on Rational Rhapsody, Unified Profile for DODAF and MODAF. Thank you very much.